Imagine hearing a sound, something that seems harmless at first, but it stays with you, lingering in your mind, haunting you for years. Now picture that sound returning years later in a completely unexpected place. Something or someone has followed you, but who and why? Tonight, I'm going to tell you the story of an eerie encounter that has haunted one person since childhood, and the chilling experience that brought it all back. This is the story of the Whistler. I've been waiting a long time to share the full story of the Whistler. It's strange, unexplainable, and unsettling. There's even video evidence, which I will link down below in the description. This began when I was about 8 years old, living with my family in Lansing, Michigan. Our neighborhood sat on the edge of a swampy woods, quiet, shadowed, and mysterious. It was late, close to 11 p.m., and my mom and I were walking our dog under a restless night sky. The wind whispered through the trees, making the world feel alive in a way that set my teeth on edge. As we walked, I heard it, a whistle coming from the swamp. It was faint at first, almost melodic, but off. The note shifted high and low, as if it were mimicking birdsong, but with an unmistakable human quality. The lack of rhythm felt deliberate and unnatural. I stopped, staring towards the swamp, but saw nothing. My mom's face hardened, her eyes scanning the shadows. Then, without a word, she grabbed my hand tightly. "Let's go inside now," she said, her voice sharp and quiet, almost trembling. I was too young to understand the depth of her fear, but her expression burned itself into my memory. Something about her reaction made my chest tighten, with a primal kind of terror. I held onto her hand and ran back to the house. For a while, I forgot about the incident, buried it deep, I suppose, but the memory resurfaced 2 years later. I was 10, taking our dog out late one night. By then, I had started walking him alone, feeling proud of my newfound independence. As I stepped outside, the cool air brushed my skin. The shadows felt heavier than usual, pressing against the dim glow of the porch light. Just as I turned to head back inside, the whistle came again. That same erratic, haunting whistle pierced the silence, as if mocking me from the darkness. It sent an icy shiver down my spine. My eyes darted to the large bush near the front door, one that was big enough to hide someone behind it. The whistling grew louder, closer, as though it was wrapping itself around me. My legs moved before my mind caught up. I sprinted back into the house, slamming the door behind me. My hand shook as I locked it, my breath coming in gasps. I didn't tell anyone this time. Who would believe me? Years passed and the whistle became a distant, unpleasant memory, the kind that surfaces in nightmares, but fades by morning. I shared the story with only a few people, and eventually stopped thinking about it altogether. That was until last summer. At 24, I moved to South Dakota with my girlfriend Sarah. We were in Pierre for Independence Day, celebrating with fireworks along the Missouri River. There was a free camping spot behind a hospital, right by the water, where we set up our tent. Most of the campers had wandered further up the river for a better view, leaving our little corner of the campground eerily quiet. The air was heavy that night, charged with a promise of a storm. A massive thunderhead loomed on the horizon, and the wind tugged at our clothes. The atmosphere felt alive, electric, and faintly menacing. Sarah decided to grab more beers from the car, leaving me alone by the riverbank. As I sat there, listening to the rustling water and distant fireworks, I heard it. The rhythmic sound of a paddle dipping into the river. A lone canoe drifted into view, about 20 meters offshore. Its occupant was shadowy, indistinct, and silent except for the gentle splash of the paddle. My chest tightened, but I couldn't look away. Then the whistling began. It was the same whistle from my childhood, the same eerie, unpredictable pattern, the same inexplicably human tone. My body froze, every hair standing on end as a cold sweat broke over me. The figure in the canoe stopped paddling and turned to face me. Even in the dim light, I could see they were wearing a hat, their silhouette utterly motionless. "Who are you?" I shouted, my voice cracking. No response, just the whistle, faint but deliberate. The canoe lingered for only a moment before slowly turning. The figure paddled away, vanishing into the darkness. When Sarah returned, I was still frozen in place, staring after the canoe. She asked me what was wrong, and when I explained, her face paled. We spent the rest of the night huddled in the tent, every creak of the wind outside making us jump. The experience consumed me in the days that followed. How could the same whistle, the same unnerving presence, follow me from Michigan to South Dakota, nearly 14 years later? Who or what was it? Was this a coincidence? Or something darker? Edit. I'm a videographer, so I had my camera with me that night filming the fireworks. As the canoe drifted away, I managed to capture some footage. The whistle is faint, but if you listen closely with headphones, you can hear it. High, then low, hauntingly familiar. When I showed the video to my mom recently, hoping for some kind of closure, she didn't even remember the incident from my childhood. That might be the most unsettling part of all of this. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to hear more creepy tales and mysterious encounters like this, make sure you're subscribed and have the bell turned on so you never miss a new video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below. Have you ever experienced something like this? Let's discuss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the things that scare us the most are the ones we can't explain. Stay curious.